Today we are going to discuss about tooltip and vision tooltip and comparison of new features with the old features. So these are the learning objectives. What is tooltip in Tableau and how we can show vision tooltip and what are the new features in the latest version comparing to the oldest version. So every year Tableau is providing new versions. Let's say in this year they have released this version 2023.1. So every year, and then every year also, each and every month they will dot one, dot two, dot three, like that they will release new versions. So in every version they will have new updates in that. Okay, so I will tell you some of the new features that have been added, and I'll tell you about legends. So there will be size legends, and there will be marks legends, there will be color legends and all. So we'll discuss about that. Okay, first let's talk about tooltip. So tooltips are a fantastic way to add additional context or information to your view without taking up any precious real estate on the worksheet. So let's say if I am creating any particular visualization, so I will create let's say one particular dashboard or one worksheet. I'll take sales and I'll take subcategory. Okay, so this is using this space, whatever space is available. So this is what is workspace, and this is only visible to the user. So let's say I'm showing the value of subcategory and sales. And in the same thing, let's say even if I want to show, if you can see in the, when I hover on that particular bar, I can see one particular information that is coming. So that is called okay. So that is called basically, yeah. Let me just take this. So if when I hover on this, I'm able to see. Okay, so this particular information I'm able to see. So this is called a tooltip. So this is called tooltip. Okay, so currently I'm showing the information of sum of sales by subcategory. But let's say if I want to see the profit as well, but I don't want to use that profit in the visualization. So I will add profit in the visualization or in the tooltip. So I'll just add it here. And when you hover on this, so here currently I'm also able to see what is the value of profit for chairs. For subcategory chairs, what is the value for profit? So I'm able to see without changing the visualization. So without, let's say if I want to add it in the visualization, it will take the space or the real estate that is being used for sales. It is also taking the profit value also. But for profit, I don't want to highlight those bars and all. So instead of highlighting those bars, so just put it in the tooltip. Just put it in the tooltip. So the bars, the length of the bar is proportional to the value of the sales. But here you also can visualize, or you can also see the data of profit. The data of profit is also visible. Okay, so not only that, so if even if you want to show which category does it belong to, so subcategory belongs to one particular category. So add that in the tooltip and hover on it. You will be able to know subcategory. So chairs belongs to furniture category. So without using the uh, space which is there, the real estate which is there here. So without using any space, so we are able to show the subcategory belongs to the category furniture. And if you want to see for others, so the subcategory belongs to office supplies. So that information, let's say you take category, you take subcategory. Okay, it is taking some space. Okay, when you add category, it is using some of the real estate. Okay, here without using that particular real estate, you are able to show it in the tooltip itself. So this will not change anything in the visualization. So without changing the visualization, we are able to see all the information, whatever we want to show. So basic visualization, you are just showing subcategory wise sales. So the bar chart represents subcategory wise sales, but I'm also able to show in the tooltip the extra information. I can add category. I can also add profit information. So that is how we can show information, extra information that we want to show without using the real estate. So that is about tooltip. And so there is one more option. So earlier Tableau versions are called as so 10.5. So earlier to they started from 2018. They started having like this. So if you see, so the current version that I have installed is 2023.1. So according to the year basis, they are keeping the versions. But earlier to 2018. So before 2018, I mean, before 2018 year, we used to call 10.5. There were, so if you see the earlier versions are like 9.0, 9.2. So when I joined in uh, as a Tableau developer, we had these versions 9.0, 9.2, and it also started from 5.0 and 8.0. Like this, it has started. After 10.5, they started calling it with the years. And in that particular year, if there are any updates, let's say 2018 version, they started in the year of 2018. In the year of 2018, any small updates in that year, in that year, they started calling it as 2018.1, 2018.2, like this. And if the year changes, if the year changes, they have come up with some new features and start the new version names. So like that, in every year, they have started building some new features. So now we will discuss about those new features. So after 10.5, in 2018 version, they have added one new feature. So that is Vision tooltip. So earlier to 10.5, when you hover on this, you are able to see just text information. So which you are seeing right now. So the text information that you're able to see, but I will show you, we can keep this Vision tooltip as well. So how can we keep a Vision tooltip? I'll just show you. So let's keep subcategory, or let's say category, and I'll take sales. Okay, so here I have taken category and sales, and I'll make this as a bar chart and show the values on top of this. Okay, so this is my category wise sales. And here I have subcategory wise sales. Okay, so I will make it as like this. And okay, so I will show So here in the tooltip, I can see the category and sales, normal sales. But I can put the subcategory wise sales in the tooltip. So now let me show you how we can put that subcategory wise sales in the tooltip. So I'm just removing whatever is there in this tooltip. Insert. So here you can insert the entire worksheet. So click on this sheets. So whatever sheets that you have built in your dashboard, so those list of sheets will be visible here. So click on insert, click on sheets. So there are two more sheets, sheet 2 and subcategory wise sales. Any questions? Okay. So here I am inserting this particular sheet. So here I can decide how much should be the height of that particular sheet and how much should be the width of that visualization in the tooltip. So I'm just saying okay and just hover on this. So technology has four subcategories. So accessories, copiers, phones. So in the tooltip, instead of showing a text value, now I'm able to see a visualization. Okay, so earlier we used to see only the text value. So now I'm able to see a visualization in tooltip. So not only a bar chart. So if you you mean this vision tooltip. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, no problem. I'll repeat that. I'll repeat that. Okay, so I'll just make this as a pie chart. Okay, so this is a normal pie chart. So I'm using subcategory. Okay, so now let's go to category wise sale. I'll remove everything from tooltip. So I'll just do it from the starting. Okay, so you have to have two different worksheets. Someone wants to join the call. Okay, so you have to have two different worksheets. So one is to hover on it. So when you hover on it, you should be able to see the visualization. And the other one is you have to, what is the visualization that you want to keep it in the tooltip. So you have to have two worksheets and go to tooltip, remove this, say okay. Okay, now you are not able to see anything. So if you want to put visualization in tooltip, click on tooltip, go to insert and click on sheets. So here you will be able to see in the entire workbook, whatever the worksheets are available. So, and which sheet you want to keep, which sheet you want to keep as a tooltip, I mean, visualization in tooltip. So I want to keep subcategory wise sales in the tooltip. Why? Because I want to visualize. So categories will have subcategories. So if you see category furniture, so furniture will have office supplies, chairs, like this you will have. So I want to highlight that in the tooltip. So I want to show the list of subcategories for each category. So I'm just adding this worksheet. So when I hover on any category, I should be able to see the subcategories under that. So if you see here, so when I hover on that, so there are four subcategories under technology. So I want to see the titles also. So let's put subcategory in the label. Now hover on it. Yeah. So phones, accessories, copiers, and put sales value as well in the label. Okay, hover on it. So you can see those values. And not only that, you can increase the size. You can increase the height and width of that particular visualization that you are seeing. Yeah, Rakib. No, in this visualization, this category wise sales is one worksheet, right? So in this visualization, I want to show subcategory wise sales in the tooltip. This sheet I want to show in the tooltip. Okay, so yeah, so it is the same visualization. This one I'm able to see it here. But when you hover on technology, what is happening? It is filtering on technology. So here you have 17 subcategories. But for technologies, you will have 4 or 5 subcategories only, right? So it is filtering on that, and that you are able to see only pie chart related to technology. And when you hover on office supplies, you are able to see pie chart related to office supplies. So instead of putting this pie chart, let's make it as bar chart so that it is visible. Okay, so hover, yeah. So now you are able to see the numbers correctly. So these are the list of subcategories that are available in the office supplies. So that way we can show visualization in the tooltip. So this is added in the, this feature is added in 10.5. And there are many other features. So go to file, export as version. Okay, so you can also downgrade this to earlier versions. So now currently I have my Tableau as 2023.1. Okay, so but servers, let's say in organizations, it will be very difficult to to change the server version. So why? Because they might be using the workbooks. Okay, so you have to keep the dashboards on hold, or you have to stop the work for 1 day or 2 days to upgrade the Tableau version. So for that, what they will do is they will upgrade it for 6 months or for 1 year after they will upgrade. So you might not be having the existing version. Let's say I have 2023.1. Okay, but in my organization we are not using 2023.1. Let's say if I have prepared some dashboard in the latest version, but if I want to publish to my server, I have to downgrade this to uh, older versions. So how to downgrade? So you have to export as the older versions. So you can click on the version which you have in the Tableau server and just click on it and export it. So you'll get a version, you will get a Tableau 2021.4 file. So I'll just export it. Okay, so with that, I'm able to downloads. Yeah, so this is with the 2021.4 version. So you can open that file with 2021.4 Tableau desktop and publish it to your server. So this feature also got added in 2018. So earlier we don't have this option to export to different version. And now let me show you some other features. Mm-hmm. So sometimes what happens, right? Let's say in individual PC, let's say you have your own individual laptop or computer. You can install whenever you want. Let's say you have installed some latest version and you have prepared some work, some Tableau work. Okay, but when you try to publish it to your Tableau server, it will not allow you to publish it to the Tableau server. Why? Because Tableau server might be using some older version. So let's say they might be using some 2021.2. Okay. So Tableau server, like, you are not the only person who is accessing that particular Tableau server, right? So they will not upgrade as that easy. Like, let's say if I want to upgrade to some Tableau 2023.2, so I can just install and I can do whatever I want to. But in Tableau server, if you want to upgrade that particular Tableau server, you have to tell to the entire organization people that you are upgrading. And when you are upgrading the Tableau server, there might be some issues. So you have to say that that Tableau server is unavailable for 1 or 2 days. So they have to stop their work. If, let's say, in your organization, if there are 1,000 people, so those 1,000 people has to stop their work, or they can't access the dashboards in the Tableau server. So that's why what organization people will do, yearly once, or for every 6 months, they will upgrade the server. So they will not have the latest version of it. Okay, so but in individual pieces, they might be installing the latest versions. So latest version, if they install, and when they try to publish, okay, when you try to publish, it will not allow you to publish. You will get a error saying this is a new latest version, or this version will not be supported in the server. So you will get this error. You will not be able to publish. So then what you need to do? You need to go to Tableau server and you need to see which version is installed in Tableau server. If it is 2021 dot, if it is 2021.2, then you go here, export as version, click here and select 2021.2, and you can export it, and you have to open this file with Tableau 2021.2 desktop. Okay. Yes. Once downgrading, you will be able to publish. So that is the importance of that Tableau versioning. Mhm. So if you publish to the Tableau public, right? Even if you publish with older versions, so even if you publish with the older version, Tableau public will take convert it to 20. I mean, this 2023, whatever is the latest version. And one more thing, you can publish older versions to Tableau. Let's say you have 2021.2 in your Tableau server. You can publish if you have a desktop of version 2020. Older version you can publish. So that will be upgraded. So the version that you're trying to publish, that will be upgraded. But 2021.2, you have it in server and you're trying to publish with 2022. It will not allow you to publish. Why? Because you are trying to publish the latest version, which Tableau server won't allow. So these features will not be there in 2021.2. So that's why it will not allow. Okay, so that is one of the features. So you might be getting these type of questions as well. So what are the new features that is being added from the older versions? So you can tell this as exporting versions is been added from 10.5. So that is one. And I'll just show you. Let's create a dashboard. So let's take category wise routing. Okay, so here I'm able to take one particular sheet. So here the background color that you see, it's in white in color. So let's say I'll take one image. Floating order, I'll keep it backside. Send to back. Yeah. Send to back, and here I'm able to see. So I want to fit this particular chart in this monitor. But if you see the background color, I'm able to see this white background. So that it looks like I'm keeping one sheet on top of this monitor. So what I can do is I can go to this format, go to shading. If I go to this worksheet, if I click on this none, so the background color white which is there, now that has become transparent. Okay, so I can remove those lines as well. Remove these grid lines. Okay, so this is how you can represent. So earlier we don't have that option to make the transparent worksheets. So from 2018 we have this option where you can do the transparent, and you can, let's say if you are creating some aviation charts, or if you are creating some, let's say, some dashboards for cricket. So you can put those images backend in the backend. Let's say if you are if you are making dashboards for cricket, so you can put some images related to the cricket, and you can put the worksheets on top of that particular image. So that is how you can make use of this transparent worksheets. Uh, and now let's see. So not only transparent worksheets, so there are other features as well. So we have done the tooltip, visuals in tooltip. So legends we will discuss. So key features that got added. So vision tooltip we have seen, and hyperfile. So when you do an extract, so let me show you. So let's do an extract data. So when we are doing an extract, so this is creating one file. So this is in hyper format. So that is in hyper format. So earlier to 10.5, we used to have .td instead of .hyper. Instead of .hyper, we used to have .td. This is also Tableau data extract, and this is also Tableau data extract. But why did they change the name? So they have added some features to this .hyper. So they have added new features. It's a new in-memory data engine technology with up to 3 times faster extract creation. So earlier .tde, so compared to earlier .tde, they have made it as 3 times faster extract creation. So that means whenever you do an extract, okay, so now I'm trying to create an extract. Okay, so it is 3 times faster. Let's say if you are trying to, so it is having only 10,000 records, so it is able to do the extraction in seconds. But when you have millions of records, it will take so many minutes, like half an hour. Let's say if you have some 10 million or 20 million data, so it might take half an hour to 1 hour to extract the data. So they have made some changes so that the extraction is faster. Okay, so you always have the latest data, up to 5 times increase in query performance. So query performance in the sense when you write some custom SQL queries, or so in Tableau, we might use joins and relationships. Okay, so So query performance will be faster in Hyper. So the performance compared between Hyper and TD using a mix of scenarios designed to reflect common customer use cases. So customer results will vary. Why? Because Hyper is faster compared to the older version. Simply upgrade to Tableau 10.5 and no data migration is needed. So in 10.5, they have added this feature. And we also had, so earlier to Tableau 2019 or 2020, we had this option. Okay, so here we are able to see these noodles, right? So this feature was not available in 2018. Why? Because we used to have only this joins. So we have discussed about this joins and relationship model. So earlier to relationship, we used to have only, there are only two methods to combine the data. There were only two methods. One is joins, and what is the other one? Data blending. Okay, so joins and data blending were only the two options to combine the data. But after 2018, they have added a new feature, which is relationship. So this is called logical layer. And this is called what layer? Can anyone tell what layer it belongs to? Rakib, Divya, Prashant. This will be physical layer. Now I'll tell you why we call this as a logical layer and a physical layer. So now let's see. When I do a join, so I'm just trying to create orders. So let's see how many columns are there in orders. Okay. So let's connect to a new data source. So if you see here, Oracle, so orders is there. Right click on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So there are some 23 odd columns which are there. Okay, so these are the data which is there in orders table. So now let's connect to sample superstore only. Okay. Yeah, let's connect to sample superstore. Edit this data source. So instead of relationships, let's remove everything. Okay, so instead of relationships, if you see here, these are the columns which are there in orders. And in, let's remove this. Let's remove this. And now let's see what are the columns which are there in people. So there are regional manager and region. So there are two columns. And now I'll take orders and put, if you do directly, it will take relationship model only. So you can see here, it will create a noodle. So I don't want to do this noodles thing. So click on this. So double click on that particular orders. Okay, so here I'm able to do a join. So I can do 4 type of joins. Inner join I can do, left, right, full outer join I can do. So there is only one name which is matching, region column is matching from the order table and the people table. So these are the list of columns that are there in orders table, and these are the list of columns that are there from people's table. So there are only 2 columns, as we have seen. There are only 2 columns, region and regional manager. So in orders table, we don't have the information of regional manager. So in people table only we have that regional manager information. So based on this region, okay, so based on this region, I want to fetch the information of regional manager. So in orders table, we have lot of columns, but in that lot of columns, we don't have the information of regional manager. So by using people table, by combining this people table with region as a common key, we are able to join these 2 tables. So now I'm doing an inner join. Okay, so a table is created here. If you see, so let's assume we have an orders table, we have 20 columns. And in people table, we have, how many columns we have in people table? Rakib? Yeah, 2 we have. Okay, so when I do a join, any join, so how many types of joins are there, Divya? In Tableau, how many types of joins are there? 4 types. What are those? Okay, left, right, inner join. Okay, so these are the 4 types of joins that we have. Okay, so if you do any type of join, so the outcome will have 22 columns. So 20 from orders table plus 2 from people table. People table. Okay, so the outcome will have 22 columns. The rows might differ. The number of rows might differ. But columns will be the columns from orders table, the columns from people table, the combined together, you will get 22. So the rows might differ. So what will be the number of rows? So let's say left join. What is the condition for left join? All the records from left table and matching records from right. What is right join? Yeah. Matching records from left. Okay. What about inner join? Only matching records from both the tables. Yeah. Okay. What about full join? Matching records and left and right records. Okay, so this is how you get the rows, but the columns will not change. So if you have 20 columns, you have 2 columns from the other table. So the outcome will have 22 columns. Okay, so if you see, it has created a table with orders columns. So you have all the list of orders columns. And if you see at the end, you are also able to see regional manager, and region. So these are the two columns which are coming from the people table. You can also see the table name here. So this is from orders table. So in the header also it is mentioned. Okay, so in the header also there it is mentioned this is coming from people table. So these two columns are coming from people table. And these and the rest of the columns are coming from orders table. Okay, so this is how Tableau is making, or Tableau is creating a table. So this is called a physical table. Okay, so if you are using joins, okay, so if you are using joins, Tableau is creating a physical layer. Physical layer. When I say physical layer, the combination of these orders and people. So it is creating one more table, the combined table. Combined table. So with 22 columns, that is appearing physically. So you can see it physically. It is creating a table. So the combination of columns also you can see it here. So this is what is. So this is what is physical layer. If you are doing joins, so this is called as physical layer. Why? Because combined two tables, you can see another physical table. Okay, so that physical table we can see it here. So this is what is another physical table, which is a combination of orders and people. So that is why we can call this as a physical layer. Okay, so now let's see what is logical layer. So instead of doing joins, so I'll just remove everything from here. Okay, so now I'll take orders. Okay, so instead of doing joins, I'll directly do relationship. Okay, so in relationship, what happens is you can see two tables separately. So here you will not see the combination. Let's say we have 20 columns in orders and 2 columns in people, and this is not combining these two tables. So if you see orders table, you can see separately, and people's table you can see separately. You can't see these two tables are combined. So these two tables are not combined, but when you go into the worksheet, Control M. Yeah. And but when you go into the worksheet and drag region, so you see these two tables information you can see. Region, you can take it from our table, orders table, and manager, you can take it from this table. And you can also take other information also from orders table. Okay. It is combining these two tables, orders and people, but logically. So these two tables, so this is called as logical layer. So if you do relationship model, so that is called as logical layer. Why? Because so you can't see physically it is combined. So you can see these two tables are two separate tables only. So you can't see this physically, you can't see both tables combined together. So in earlier example, what we have seen, okay, so earlier example, we have combined that other two columns which are there in people table. We are able to see it in one table. So combine those two tables together, we are able to see another table physically. So physically it is existed. So you can see those two tables are combined. So that is why we call, when we use that joins, so we can call that as a physical layer. Why? Because it is physically existed in the Tableau. But if you see in the relationship model, so it is physically not combined. So you can't see those two tables combined. Both are two different tables only here. So here I'm able to join with the region. So here also I'm putting the same condition. So Tableau is automatically picking if the names are matching. Otherwise, you can enter the names. Okay, so you are able to, okay, so these two tables are separate tables, but if you go into the worksheet and try to take the column values and try to put the information, you can see it's like a combined tables only, but it's not physically combined, it is logically combined. So that is the main difference between logical layer and a physical layer. Any questions? Okay. So that is the main difference between relationship model. So what is relationship model? Is it a physical layer or is it a logical layer? Logical layer, yes. So if it is joints, then yeah. Okay, so we have seen the key features. So how to change the version compatibility. We can export as version. And we have seen how to keep the transparent worksheet. So not only worksheets. So if you go to the dashboard, okay, so you can also keep filters, parameters, whatever you are using, you can use that as a transparent. Let's say region I'm using, show filter. Okay, even filters also you can make it as transparent. So I'm just clicking on this drop down. Okay, if you are not able to see the filters that you have added in the worksheet, so just click on this drop down. So if you want to add, so in the worksheet, if you have added some filters, so click on this filters. So I have added region filter. So just click on region. So you can get that region filter here. Okay, so it's automatically, it is in transparent mode only. Yeah. So you can do formatting changes, format filter and set controls. Shading, if you put some white background, it will look like this. And if you click on none, that will become transparent. So that's how you can make some changes. So not only filters, you can also make changes for parameters as well. So let's put some parameter. Click on this parameter, click on top customers. Okay, so this is also coming as transparent. Type in, yeah. So here, this also you can do formatting changes. So click on format parameters. In shading, if you select none, it will be transparent. Otherwise, if you put white color, the background will be in white in color. So that way you can do formatting changes for parameters, for filters, highlighters. So for all this, you can make it as transparent. So why to do transparent? If you want to keep some, let's say if you are doing some healthcare related projects, so I have worked in Philips where we used to manufacture this MRI machines and MT equipments and all. So if I'm showing some information related to MRI machines, so I'll keep that MRI machine logo or image in the background, and whatever graphs or charts, I'll keep on that particular image so that it will be visible to the user that I'm showing something related to MRI machines. And I can also show the data of it. So that is how we can make use of this transparent worksheets. Yeah, so you can keep, so this is the background image and this is the worksheet that I've used, and dashboard navigation buttons as well. So I'll just show you. So make it in tiled mode so that it will fit to your entire skin. Sheet 4, nothing is there. Okay, so yeah, this is my dashboard 2 and this is my dashboard 1. And if you click on this navigation button, one second, take this navigation button and select edit button. So from this, I want to navigate to dashboard 2. Okay, so in title, I can mention go to dashboard 2. So this is also a new feature they have added. So hold Alt in your keyboard, Alt plus, click on this. So it will take you to dashboard 2. So earlier we used to do some workaround for this. We used to use action filters for doing the same operation, but they have added this as a new feature where you can click on this button and it will take you to that particular dashboard. And in Tableau server, so like we can ask in Chat GPT and all. So in Tableau server also, you have option to type in your question. So let me just show you. Yeah, so like this. So once you publish any data source, let's say if you want what is the profit in Alabama by subcategory. Okay, so let me just create that. In Tableau, what is the profit? So that means I need to keep profit. And in Alabama, so I need to select Alabama by subcategory they are mentioning. Okay, so this is a chart I want to see. So once the data source is published, you can ask Tableau what is the profit in Alabama by subcategory. So Tableau will automatically create this worksheet. The same worksheet that I have created here. Okay, so I have dropped all this sum of profit subcategory and state Alabama filtered. So I have done this manually as a developer. But in Tableau server, you can do like this. So you can type in what is the profit in Alabama by subcategory, or you can type in what is the profit or what is the sales in region APAC by subcategory or by category. So you can mention that and it will show you the fields in that. So if you are just typing, so it is just showing those values in that. Okay, if you are trying to type subcategory, SU if you type, so it will show you automatically. So profit also it is showing that measure is there or not. So it is showing you the values in the fields. So in state, what are the values are there? Alabama, all those list it is showing you. So you can just type in and you can see the charts in Tableau server. So that is also a new feature in 2019 one. dot one, they have added this. So we can directly ask the data. So even users can use it directly. So if they have any questions, if let's say they want to see anything, what is the sales by subcategory? If they can type in their question like this, what is the sales by category in East region? Okay. Can anyone tell me how to create this in Tableau desktop? Divya? Yeah. Yeah, Prashant. Okay. See the question. Mm-hmm. Put the region. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you can create. So in real time requirement also, so they might ask you like this only. So they will tell you, I want to see sales by category in this particular region. So you can create this simple charts. So this is one of the simple question that I have asked, but in real time you might end up having some larger questions. Let's say, what is the top 10 customers by sales? Yeah. So can anyone tell me how to create what is top 10 customers by sales? How to create that? Customer, where I have to keep it? Tell me the procedure. Create set. Okay. 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 Next. Okay. What? Okay. Which field you are selecting? You are selecting category count. Sales, right? Sales. Sum of sales you need to select. So this will be top 10 customers. Okay. Okay. Then what? Top 10 customers by sales. This one. Set. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so this way you can see top 10 customers. So this way you will get the requirements to show top 10 customers or what is the sum of sales by category in that particular region. So this type questions will be there. So not only they can ask us, they can also type in their questions in the Tableau server as well, like this. So that is about ask data. So that is those are the new features in the so when you compare to the old features, those are the new features that got added. So we have discussed about transparent, and we have also discussed about how to downgrade the existing version. And now let's see about the legends. So let's go to this. Okay, so let's say if I color this each and every bar. Okay, so you want to know which color is representing which category. Okay, so here you can see which color is representing which category. So that is called as a color legend. So this is what is color legend. Why? Because it is representing which color belongs to which category. Okay, so now let's see. So same sheet I will duplicate. Okay, so same thing. I will just do a different worksheet, different thing. I'll take shape. So each and every category I want to see it in a different shape. So category, put it in the shape. Okay, so now you are able to see each and every category in a different shape. To, to know which shape belongs to which category, we use shape legends. So this is shape legends and this is color legend. Okay, now I'll show you size legends. So based on the sum of sales, I want to see the size of the shape changing. So sales, put it in the, as there is very little difference. So let's me take subcategory. Okay. And make this bubble chart. So instead of circles, I'll put shape and put subcategory in shape. And okay. So you can see the size of the shapes are different. So one is having one size and other is having other size. Okay. So that is based on this size legend. Let's take. So this is called as size legend. Let's take another example so that it is visible. So instead of taking shapes, okay, let's take this one. Okay. So let's take state. And sales, put it in the size. Okay, so now I'm able to see circle size is different for each and every state. So wherever the size of the circle is more, there I can identify my sales value is more. So that is dependent on this particular sales legend. So which circle is, what is the amount of that particular size? So based on this legend, I should be able to understand the value of the sales. So if the circle size is this much, so it will be around 457,000. If the circle size is this much, it will be 400,000. Yeah, Rakib. Size legend. So this is for category only. This is color legend. Why? Because it is representing colors. So here it is representing sales only, but it is size legend. Size meaning, so whichever is having this much size, that means it is having around 457,000. If it is having this much size, that means it is around 400,000 or something. This one. Okay. So depending on these sizes, your values will be there. So earlier, based on the color, you can see this is furniture and this is office supplies, what are getting highlighted, right? So technology, these are your colors. Yeah. So these are, I mean, there are four type of legends we can see: color legend, shape legend, and sorry, only three types: color, shape, and size. So that's about legends, and yeah, so that's about today's session as well. So any questions from today's session? Okay, then thank you all for joining. We'll continue tomorrow and try to prepare the worksheets or the explanation that we have done today. So try to publish in the Tableau public and share the link with me.